Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Aboagye and I create content about study abroad opportunities, scholarships, and how to get into grad school. In today's video, I'm going to talk about one of the popular topics I've been getting messages to cover, and that's sending email to prospective supervisors, also termed as cold emailing. So you want to go to grad school and you're looking for funding. You just don't want to apply blind. You want to find a supervisor who is willing to take you on. And by doing so, you are going to get a position maybe as a teaching or research assistant to get funding to go into graduate school. So in this video, I'm going to show you two templates. And in the first template, I'm going to take my time to go through the intricacies of the email. And in the second template, I'm also going to basically do the same thing. I'd like you to watch to the end because this is a very important aspect, and do not jump any step to ensure that when you finally send an email, you are going to get a response. Once you are done watching to the end, and leave in the comment section if you were a professor or if you were a supervisor, which of the two students are you going to accept into your research group? If you would like this template, just let me know in the comment section and I'm going to send it to you. So let's have a look at this template, and I hope this video helps. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to get notified once there are new videos. As I said from the beginning of the year, I hope that 2022 you all get what you are looking for, and I'm going to do my best. Just don't watch, take your notebook, take notes, and put everything into practice, and I can assure you you are going to get what you are looking. So now let's look at a template for a cold email. It will be divided into 4 sections, just like any letter. We have the title, the introduction, the body, the conclusion. So now let's start with the title. This is an important aspect of the email because this is going to be the determining factor if the professor would like to read your email or not. Go straight to the point. So an example of a title could be prospective graduate student for the year you are planning on going to graduate school. So let's say fall 2022 or fall 2023 or spring 2022. It's up to you to decide. Experience with XXX. Why is this important? If you've already done your homework by looking at what the professor is engaged in, you'll be able to tell some of the skill sets he needs. Some of the, maybe if it's programming language, if it's a particular software, and if you have those software, you could add it. But if you don't, you could just go prospective graduate student. So this is important because it catches his attention, because he knows that this person has done his homework and this person has the skill set, so he or she will not be wasting his time. Another example of a title could be Master Student Inquiry Summer 2023, or if it's a postdoc Student Inquiry, or even if it's an internship Research Student Inquiry. So there are various ways you could actually put in the title. It's very important, please put in a title. I receive emails a lot from people and they don't put in a title, and with that, I'm like, should I read it or not? So take time and think about the title and make your title go straight to the point. So now let's look at the next point, which is the salutation or introduction. Please and please again, address the person with the appropriate title. Don't use hello Mr. so and so, or hey Mr. so and so. Remember, this person is not your colleague, and this is a formal letter, so you could go by dear doctor. You could use the full name, maybe Joseph Pierre, or you could just use the last name, dear Professor so and so. Now the body, this is an important aspect. One thing you should realize is professors receive so many emails every day, so go straight to the point and don't tell stories. So an example of an introduction for the body could be, I recently read your paper, Concrete Mixing Kinetics by Means of Power Measurements, and I'm particularly interested in your work on the use of in-mixer sensors to better understand concrete mixture evolution. From this first line, he or she gets a fair idea of your skill set and what you are looking for. Then I continue to describe myself to give him a brief background of who I am, because he doesn't know me from anywhere, or they don't know me from anywhere. So I'm a senior undergraduate student at the University of XXX. That's the name of your university and the country, where I'm working on my final year thesis with Dr. The name of your advisor, titled Monitoring of Concrete Mixing Evolution Using Image Analysis. I will be graduating with a BSc in Civil Engineering this September, so he has a fair idea of when you are graduating. And my current CGPA is 75%. Please, if for what 75% is 75 over 100, it's very important you put the scale of your measurement. So if it's 5, don't just put like my CGPA is maybe 3. He or she will not know over what. So 3 over 5, 4 over 5, 2 over 3, whatever the case is, please show the scale you are using. And I'm wondering whether you have any graduate positions open in your lab, since my expertise overlaps with your research interest, and I would appreciate the opportunity to work with you on similar projects. So you've given him a background of who you are and how you found him, or why you think he or she could be a best fit. It's very important you connect the why. Now we've answered the who am I? We've answered the why, that is why I'm writing to the professor. Now we want to go to the what. What do I want to do? What do I have? What am I interested in? Concrete technology, rheology, and supplementary cementitious materials are some of my research interests. In graduate school, I would like to focus on reducing production costs and energy wastage in the construction industry by better understanding the mixing process. Some research questions I would like to explore are: what is the influence of mixing time on rheological properties such as slump, viscosity, and yield stress? How can we optimize concrete mixing time? How does the batching sequence influence concrete mixture evolution, and the others? How was I able to come about these things? You have to read papers. Also, why did I choose these research interests? By reading more about the professor, I knew some of his research interests. So probably even what I proposed, maybe it might not be something that he's interested in, but it also gives him a fair idea of other areas I feel are of interest to me, and I feel we can work together. And before I end, I also talk about my future goal. My future goal is to work as a researcher and a university professor. So I have done the who, the why, and the what. Now I want to show him my qualifications. So to finally end, I have included a copy of my CV and transcript for your perusal. If you have the time, I would like to discuss further over Skype. Thanks for your time, and I end. As you can see, I went straight to the point. I didn't tell stories. I told him who I am, what I've done, why I'm emailing him, and why I think I'm a best fit. I guess you're wondering if that's all. No, that's not all. Now we are going to an important aspect of it, and that's the grammar check, to ensure everything is done properly. Sometimes when you write an email, it gives you a grammar check, but sometimes if I'm not sure, what I do is I also copy it into Word. There are other softwares that could help you with the grammar check, just such as Grammarly or Antidote. So let's assume you don't have any of them. What I do is I copy the email into Word, and I allow Word to help me with the check. So let's say grammar, spelling and grammar. So it gives me the score of 94%, and it tells me this could be optimized. But I'm sure this is okay. So I'm just going to ignore all. So this is also an important conclusion. Let's say, let me intentionally make a mistake somewhere. Thanks for your time. Let me see if you'll be able to identify. So you see, it gives me an option, so I choose time. So this is how you're able to also check for the grammar. And it's also important that spacing. You see, I didn't put everything together. When you put everything together, it makes reading very cumbersome. So be careful and ensure that you have spacing to make the flow of information easy. Now I'm going to show you another sample, and you decide that if you were a professor, which of the students are you going to take? Are you going to take student A? Let's call student A Ama. Or you are going to take student B Akosia. Now let's have a look at Akosia's code email. Hi, I am X, Akosia's name, a recent graduate of the name of the university in the country. I graduated with a first class honors and with the 10th highest GPA out of 174 students in my class. I would like to offer a master's program in civil engineering, preferably in structures. I'm quite interested in your research areas, especially earthquake-resistant design of structures. I'm quite interested in the use of steel, timber, and concrete as building materials. I would like to broaden my knowledge scope in these areas. Is it possible to take me on as your graduate student? If not, what are the other avenues I could explore to gain such expertise? Thanks. Hoping to hear from you soon. Regards. And you just put in your email. So if you are Professor Pierre, which student are you going to take? Are you going to take Ama or are you going to take Akosia? Also, leave in the comment section some of the mistakes you realize in Akosia's email and how best Akosia could improve her code email. And you know what? Akosia actually did receive a feedback from Dr. Pierre. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you might not have the perfect email, but sometimes you have the stars in your favor. So now let's cross check, let's look at the grammar check. So the editor score is 85%. It says first class should be hyphenated. I'm just choosing it, but it's very important that you go online to check if first class should be hyphenated or not. I think doesn't make any difference if it's hyphenated. It says it should be honors. I'm just going to choose I'm going to stop this, but it's up to you to cross check whether it's actually right or not. It says it shouldn't be hyphenated. It talks about timber with a comma, avenues with a comma. So it just gives you a fair idea of some of the grammatical error that you can make. So now let's look at the response Akosia got. Hi. It will be difficult for me to promise anything at this stage. You can apply and we can evaluate the application and go from there. So in as much as this was not really the best code email, Akosia did receive a response. It's getting competitive out there. So just like these are two different individuals applying for the same position. I'm sure your guess is as good as mine as who has the higher chance of getting selected. We are at the end of the video. If you would like a video on how to find professors to code email with our short funding, let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know what you learned from this video and if this video was helpful. If you haven't seen my video about the scholarship database, I suggest you do, because I think currently we have over 240 scholarships ranging from masters to PhD to postdoc to BSc. So do check it out. Thank you very much for watching till the end, and do subscribe if you haven't, and thank you very much.